Well, hello there and welcome to my channel. Press F for fashion, and today we are going to learn to create the basic bodice draft by Helen Joseph Armstrong in Clo3d. And those who aren't familiar with her, she is the author of the book Patternmaking for Fashion Design. I have been studying and creating patterns from the book since my college days, and I highly recommend this book to all of you people who want to learn some serious pattern making. You can find the buying link for this book in the description below. Before we draft the basic bodice, we need to take the required measurement of the avatar or disc form. So please pause this video and copy these required measurements. To locate the armhole depth, measure down from the shoulder tip passing through the armhole plate and add 4/8 of an inch, or you can refer to this chart, then mark it with the measurement tape tool. These are the measurements that I got from my avatar. You can also take the measurements from the edit avatar option in the avatar menu. Now that we have got all the measurements, we can now start with drafting a pattern. To create the front bodice draft, we first need to create a rectangular block measuring the maximum front height and width measurement of the avatar or the dress form, where the maximum length is the full length indicated by this vertical line here, to which we will add 1/8 of an inch, and maximum width is bust start indicated by this horizontal line, to which we are going to add 1/4 of an inch. To create the rectangular block, go to the side toolbar menu of the 2D pattern window and left click, hold press on the polygon option, and then in the pop-up menu click on rectangle or press S for keyboard shortcut. Then left click anywhere in the 2D pattern window, a create rectangle window will appear. Here delete the default height and width measurement and type in the full length as height and bust arc as width measurements that we got after adding. Mark the top left, and bottom right corner A, B and E respectively. Now we have to mark P to T, which is the center front line. To mark this measurement on A to B line, click on pattern tool option and move the cursor point in the upward direction near the point B line and right click on it. Then choose the option split. Here in line 1 option, type in the center front measurement, then hit OK. Mark this point D, right click on it, then go to add perpendicular internal line option and click on Y axis. And then in the length, type in 4 inches and hit OK. Then click on E line, hover over it, right click, choose split, and in line 1, type in 11 inches and hit OK. Now we have to mark A to C, which is across shoulder minus 1/8 of an inch. In this case, the cross shoulder measurement is 7.766 inches here, and subtracting 1/8 of an inch from it gives us a total of 7.641 inches. Now to mark the A to C line with pattern tool selected, hover near point A line, right click and click on split, and in line 1, type in the cross shoulder measurement that we got after subtracting 1/8 of an inch. Mark it C. Then right click on the point and click on add perpendicular internal line, and then click on X axis, and in the length type in 3 inches and hit OK. Now we have to draw P to G on C line, which is shoulder slope plus 1/8 of an inch. So our shoulder slope here is 17.650, and adding 1/8 of an inch to it gives us a total of 17.775 inches. Then with internal polygon line tool selected, click on point B and take the line to C. Don't click on it just yet, hover over it till it reaches nearby your required measurement, then right click and in position option add or subtract from either up and down depending upon the length you've got. If it is greater than the required measurement, then subtract, and if it is less than the required measurement, add the required numbers to get the required measurement. After getting the required length, hit OK. mark it G. Now we have to mark G to H, which is bust depth. To do that, go to near point G on B to G line, right click on it, then click on split option, and in line 1 type in the bust depth measurement and hit OK. Mark it H. Now we have to mark G to I on to C line, which is shoulder length. To do that, select internal polygon line tool, then click on point G. Take the line to A to C line, move the point to right or left till it reaches nearby the required shoulder length measurement. As soon as it reaches close to the required measurement, right click, then under position option deduct or add the right amount from either left or right values to obtain the required shoulder length. Now we have to draw J to K, which is bust span plus 1/4 of an inch, and we have to square from J at center front through H to K. To do that, select the pattern tool, select this dotted line on avatar, which is the full bust span measurement. Divide this measurement into half and add 1/4 of an inch to it, as we are only making half front bodice. Now with pattern tool selected, right click on H, click on add perpendicular internal line, then click on Y axis and hit OK. Then measure this line and subtract it with the bust span measurement that we obtained earlier after adding 1/4 of an inch to it. This is the required measurement to complete the bust span measurement line from point J. Now with pattern tool selected, right click on point H, then click on add perpendicular internal line, then click on Y axis. Check the reverse option and in length type in the required measurement, mark it K, and at the center front mark it J. Next step is D to L, which is 1/2 of D to J, and we have to mark it down from D. To do that, hover your cursor near point D line, and with pattern tool selected, right click and choose split. In the split line panel, check the uniform split option and set to default number of segment 1 and click OK. Mark it L. Now we have to draw L to M, which is across chest plus 1/4 of an inch. To do that, measure the across chest and add 1/4 of an inch to it. Then right click on point, click on add perpendicular internal line option, and then click on Y axis. Type in the final measurement in the length section and hit OK. And mark it M. Then square up and down from M by using add perpendicular internal line. Next step is B to F, which is dart placement. To do that, hover the cursor near point B line with pattern tool selected, then right click, then click on split option and then type in the measurement for the dart placement in the length section and hit OK. Mark the point F. Now right click on F and by using add perpendicular internal line, square down from 3/16 of an inch from F. Next step is I to N, which is new strap plus 1/8 of an inch, and we have to draw a line from point I to intersect E line. To do this, first take the new strap measurement and add 1/8 of an inch to it, then select internal polygon line tool, then click on point I and take the line to near E line, and just like we did before, to draw B to G, don't click on it yet and hover the cursor up and down till you reach close to required measurement, which is new strap plus 1/8 of an inch. Then right click and in the position section, add or subtract in up or down option based on your measurement, and after getting the required length, hit OK, mark it N. Next step is N to O, which is the side length. To do this, measure the side length and then with pattern tool selected, hover the cursor near point N line and then right click, choose split and check the split into two lines option, and in line 1 type in the side length measurement and hit OK. Mark it O. Square out 1 inch from O by using add perpendicular internal line. Next step is N to P, where we have to mark 1/4 of an inch out from N. To do this, right click on point N, then go to add perpendicular internal line, click on Y axis, check the reverse option and in length, type in the 1/4 of an inch measurement and hit OK. The next step is O to P, where side length is directed to P and ends when equal to N to O. Then we have to draw a line from P to F. To do this, with internal polygon line tool selected, click on point O and then take the line to point P and right click, then in the length option type in N to O measurement and hit OK. Then join the rest of the line to P. Now the upper point is P as it is equal to N2O. Then draw a line from P to F. Next step is completing the waist measurement, where we have to draw P to Q, which is waist arc plus 1/4 of an inch less B to F. To do this, first take the waist arc measurement, add 1/4 of an inch to it, and subtract it by B to F measurement. Now with pattern tool selected, hover the cursor over P to F line near point P and right click, and by using the split option, type in the final waist arc measurement in line 1 option and hit OK and mark it Q. The next step is drawing the dart legs. To do this, with internal polygon line tool selected, draw a line from K to F and measure it. Then take the line from K to Q and right click on it, and in the length option, type in K to F measurement, then hit OK and mark it R. Now draw a slight curve line from B to F and P to R. Next step is creating a dart point, where we have to center a point 5/8 of an inch from burst point and redraw dart legs from this point to F and R. To do this, click on point K, then by using add perpendicular internal line, click on local, then in the angle option, type in -16 degree, and in the length, type in 5/8 of an inch and hit OK. Now redraw the dart legs from this point. Then go to point I with pattern tool selected and square down from it to intersect with D line by right clicking on it, then choosing add perpendicular internal line and then clicking on local option. Keep the line short here so that after this we can extend this trim to internal line to make it intersect with D line. To draw the neckline, first uniform split the line starting from I and intersecting at D line. Now go to this point, right click and add perpendicular internal line local, where in length option type in 1/8 of an inch. Now draw a curved line from I to D, passing inside the angle line by 1/8 of an inch that we drew earlier. Create curve points by holding Ctrl and left click. The last step is drawing the armhole with the line touching G, M and square line, where we don't have to follow curve past square line. Draw this curve by using internal polygon line tool from G. And now our front bodice draft is complete. Name this block front. Now that we are done with the front bodice draft, we can now start creating the back bodice draft. To start with it, we again need to create a rectangular block, same as front but with back measurements. The measurements we need is displayed on the screen right now. Here again the maximum length is the full length and the maximum width is back arc, to which we will add 3/4 of an inch. Here the avatar's back full length is 16.878 inches and the back arc is 8.128 inches. Then adding 3/4 of an inch to it gives us a total of 8.878 inches. So again, to create the rectangle block for the back bodice, left click, hold press on the polygon option, and in the pop-up menu click on rectangle. Now left click anywhere in the 2D window, then in create rectangle dialog box, type in the full length measurement in height option and final back arc measurement in the width option and hit OK. Mark the points A, B and C respectively as shown here. The next step is A to C, which is a cross shoulder measurement, and we have to square down 3 inches from C. To do this, with pattern tool selected, hover the cursor over the top line of the rectangle near point A. Then right click, choose split option and in line 1 option, type in the cross shoulder measurement and hit OK. Mark this point C. Now to square down 3 inches, right click on C and go to add perpendicular internal line. Then click on X axis and in the length option, type in 3 inches and hit OK. Next step is B to D, which is the center back length, and we have to mark and square out 4 inches. To do this, with pattern tool selected, hover the cursor over the line near point B, then right click, choose split from the menu, and in the line 1 option, type in the center back length measurement and hit OK. Mark this point D. Now right click on point D, go to add perpendicular internal line, then click on Y axis, and in length option, type in 4 inches and then hit OK. Next step is A to F, which is back neck plus 1/8 of an inch. To do this, first add 1/8 of an inch to the back neck measurement. Then with pattern tool selected, hover the cursor near point A, then right click, choose split option, and then in line 1 option, type in the final back neck measurement and hit OK. Mark the point F. Next step is B to G, which is shoulder slope plus 1/8 of an inch. To do this, first add 1/8 of an inch to the shoulder slope measurement. Now select internal polygon line tool, then click on point B, take the line to intersect with the vertical C line and hover over it up or down till you reach the closest of the required measurement. Then right click, and in the position section, add or subtract values in up or down section till you get the required measurement in the length and hit OK. Mark it G. Next step is F to H, which is shoulder length plus ½ inches, and this line may pass G. So to do this, with internal polygon line tool selected, click on point F and take the line to point G, then right click on it, and in the length option, type in shoulder length measurement that we obtained after adding ½ inches to it. Hit OK. Now to square down from F to D line, select pattern tool and then right click on point F, choose add perpendicular internal line, then click on local. In the length option, type in some smaller value so that it doesn't intersect with D and hit OK. Now right click on the end point of this short line, go to extend, trim and add point, then click on to internal line. Next step is B to Y, which is the dart placement. To do this, with pattern tool selected, hover the cursor near the point B line, right click, choose split, and in line 1 option, type in the required dart placement measurement and hit OK. Mark it I. Next step is B to J, which is base dart plus dart intake of 1½ inches and 1/4 of an inch of ease. To do this, first add 1½ inches and 1/4 of an inch to base dart measurement. Now with pattern tool selected, hold press shift and click and select the complete B to E line. Then hover the cursor over the line near point B, right click, choose split, and in the line 1 option, type in the final base dart measurement value and hit OK. Mark it J. Next step is I to K, which is dart intake, where we have to mark the center and label it L. To do this, with pattern tool selected, click and select the I to J line, then hover the cursor near point I, then right click, choose split, and in the line 1 option, type in the dart intake, which is 1½ inches here, and hit OK. Mark it K. Now click and select I to K line, hover the cursor over it, then right click, choose split, and here check the option uniform split and hit OK. Mark it L. Next step is J to M, where we have to square down 3/16 of an inch from J. To do this, with pattern tool selected, right click on point J, go to add perpendicular internal line, click on X axis, check the both option, and in length option, type in 3/16 of an inch value, hit OK. Next step is M to N, which is the side length measurement. To do this, select the internal polygon line tool, then click on point M and take the line to vertical E line, hover over it up or down till it reaches closest to the side length measurement. Now right click, and in the position section, add or subtract values in up or down option till we get the required length. Hit OK. Mark this point N. Next step is L to O, where we have to square up from L 1 inch is less than M to N. First subtract 1 inches from M to N measurement. Now with pattern tool selected, right click on O, go to add perpendicular internal line, click on X axis, and in the length option, type in the value that we obtained after subtracting 1 inches from M to N. Hit OK. Mark this point O. Next step is drawing dart legs from O 1/8 inch past I and K. To do this, with pattern tool selected, first right click on point I, go to add perpendicular internal line, click on X axis, then check the both option, and in length option, type in the 1/8 of an inch value. Repeat the same for the point K, join I to O and K to O. Now select the internal polygon line tool and draw slightly curved lines from K to M and from B to I. Next step is F to P, which is 1/2 of F to H. To do this, with pattern tool selected, click and select F to H line and hover the cursor over it, then right click, choose the split option, then check the uniform split option and hit OK. Mark this point P. Next step is P to Q, where we have to draw a 3 inches line in the direction of point O. To do this, with internal polygon line tool selected, click on point P and join the line to point O. Now select the pattern tool and click and select P to O line. Then hover the cursor near point P line and right click. Choose split. Here in the line 1 option, type in the value 3 inches, then hit OK. Mark this point Q. Next step is P to R, which is 1/4 inches. To do this, with pattern tool selected, click and select F to P line. Hover the cursor near point P line, then right click, choose split, and in the line 1 option, type in the value 1/4 of an inch, mark it R. Now we have to draw a dart leg from Q 1/8 of an inch past R, and then connect it to I. To do this, again with pattern tool selected, right click on point R, then go to add perpendicular internal line and click on local option. Here check the reverse option, and in the length option type in 1/8 of an inch value, then hit OK. Connect this extended point from R to point Q and to F. With internal polygon line tool selected, now measure this R to Q line. Again we have to create another dart leg to complete the dart. So with pattern tool selected, click and select the P to H line. Hover the cursor near point P line, then right click, choose split, and in line 1 option, type in the value 1/4 of an inch. Now with internal polygon line tool selected, click on point Q and take the line to this other dart leg point, then right click, and in the length option, type in the measurement of R to Q line, hit OK, and double click to release. Now draw a line joining this point to point H. Next step is D to S, which is 1/4 of D to B. To do this, with pattern tool selected, click and select the D to B line, then hover the cursor over it and right click, choose split. Now check the uniform option and in number of segments, type in the value 4, then hit OK. Leave the point closer to D as it is and delete the other 2 points. Mark this point S. Now next step is S to T, which is a cross back plus 1/4 of an inch. To do this, first add 1/4 of an inch to the cross back measurement. Now with the pattern tool selected, right click on point S, go to add perpendicular internal line, then click on Y axis, and in the length option, type in the final cross back measurement value and hit OK. Mark this point T. Now right click on point P, go to add perpendicular internal line, then click on X axis, and in length option type in 1 inches, hit OK to square up, and repeat the same process to square down, but this time type in larger value in length option like 3 inches and hit OK. Next step is drawing the armhole with internal polygon line tool touching H, T and N. The curve line should touch the square line. To do this, click on point H and use Ctrl plus left click to create the curve points, and touching the square line, take it to point N. The last step is drawing the neckline, where we have to draw 3/8 of an inch angle line from the corner and draw neckline from F, angle line, and ending close to D. To do this, with pattern tool selected, right click on the corner point of F and D, then go to add perpendicular internal line, then click on local option. Now in the angle option, type in 120 degree, and in the length option, type in 3/8 of an inch, hit OK. Now select internal polygon line tool and click on point F and create the curve line to point D, touching the endpoints of angle line as shown here. After finishing the neckline, we are done with our back bodice draft. Name this block back. Now that we are done with the front and back bodice draft, we can now trace out the patterns and stitch them together to simulate it in the 3D window. So we first start with tracing the patterns. To do this, select the trace pattern tool. Now go to the front pattern, hold shift, then left click to select all the pattern outlines and darts, and once you are finished, right click on any of the yellow highlighted outline, then choose and click trace as a pattern and drag the pattern away from it. Repeat the same process for the back pattern. Now that we have traced our patterns, we need to clean off the internal lines, and to do that, right click anywhere in the 2D window. With pattern tool selected, a pop-up menu will appear. Here click on lock all pattern outlines. Now marquee select both of the patterns and hit delete on your keyboard. Then again right click anywhere in the 2D window, and in the pop-up menu click on unlock all pattern outlines. Now again marquee select both patterns, then right click, and under clone pattern with linked editing, click on symmetric pattern with swing. Now arrange the patterns as front fit front, and back with back. Now we can start sewing the seams together. Click on free sewing tool and then start sewing the seams and dots as it is shown here. Keep in mind, sewing direction should be the same for identical seams. For the shoulder seam, hold shift and left click to create the sewing line. After you are done with the sewing, choose transform pattern tool, then go to the 3D window, click on avatar display, and in the menu click on show arrangement points. Now go to 2D window, select the front pattern, then hover the cursor over the arrangement points, and when you get the position of the pattern correctly on the avatar, left click on it. Repeat the same process for arranging the back pattern. Now with everything at its correct position, hit the spacebar on your keyboard to simulate. And this is it. Thank you all of you for watching the tutorial. I hope that you have now learned to draw the basic bodice pattern in Clo3d. Don't forget to subscribe the channel and buying the books that I recommend via the links that I have provided in the description below, as it would help my channel to grow. I'll see you again in the next tutorial video. Till then, keep pressing F and peace out.